Cool.
All right, welcome back.
Welcome back. The Enhanced Reality episode
3.
3 for us now.
Yeah, 3.
And yeah, how's life been? Ronnie's a pro.
Yep.
She did her first pro show.
She did a pro show, as we discussed last one. She did Tampa Pro, got 4th. Now it's...
Out of how many people was that?
I think it was 7 or 8.
That's good, man. And that was a stacked show. That was like good, like Olympians doing it. It wasn't like...
Levy was in there, Hunter was in there, Barbera was in there.
The girl who won was insane.
Levy.
Yeah.
Levy,
that's her name.
She's wild,
She's gigantic.
Massive girl. But yeah, it was a good, to go from your pro card, winning your pro card, straight into a pro show.
Top 5.
It's
Makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I'm here.
Yeah, I can make some damage.
That's all. I was worried because I was like, shit, if she doesn't do well in her pro debut, she's going to be like, it's like starting over. But I was like, when she got top 5, I was like, that's good.
I'm happy with the placing that she got as well, because 4th in a pretty big show like that with, you think about this context, some of these girls have been training, Levy's been training since she was 13, 14.
Yeah.
Right? Hunter's been a power lifter. Barbera's a master's.
And Ronnie only really got serious when she got with you, honestly. Yeah. Like I saw her through phases of training and stuff, but she wasn't really training to be a bodybuilder until maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, we had a chat and we pulled up some photos and we had a look at the differences in the physique caliber, and we're like, holy shit.
Body composition is completely different. The weight hasn't changed a ton, which is awesome. And that's the best.
Yeah.
When her body composition has just changed a ton.
When I met her, I think she was at 180 pounds or 185 pounds around there. I have to check the log, but I got her very first check-in and we put it up and showed people, and people were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I know the pictures you posted online were I was like, damn. She made some big
changes.
Yeah.
But what people didn't see was what we did to get there. Everyone thinks in women's bodybuilding there's a lot of drugs. There's a lot. Actually, we didn't use that much. We only used it in certain phases of when we needed the assistance.
Yeah.
And in her case, she's a genetic freak because of how she metabolizes drugs, which is really, really cool. We did a genetic test, came back, perfect bodybuilder. She's built for this.
Yeah.
The whole genetic test tells us how carbohydrates are managed, how the metabolism metabolizes fats, proteins, everything like that. So it gave us a blueprint. Awesome. And we got this literally 2 weeks out from the pro show. So after looking at that information...
What type of genetic test is this? Where'd you get it from?
It's called DNA Power. Total Power, right?
DNA Power.
It's from
you just bought it online?
Yeah, bought it online. Dom actually gave me the reference for it. We used it. And I did mine myself, and I knew the result that I was going to get.
You're like, not good.
I got it anyway, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I look like shit. Okay, my dream is
average.
Now... No, it's 1% of what I can do. I'm like, fuck. It said it's exactly what I knew on mine, right? It said endurance athlete.
Yeah.
Carbohydrate metabolism, shit.
Well, that's
fat
never going to happen.
Shit.
We're not going to turn you into a runner anytime soon.
But I was running, and I'm like, okay, no wonder I can just keep running.
Yeah.
I can just keep
Your
going.
body's built for it.
Yeah. Because my dad's background is a professional sports athlete, professional soccer player. So all he did was run. His dad was the same. My mum's the same. My brother, broken back, but he's broken back. We just don't even bother talking about him much when it comes to sport. But for her, it came back brilliant.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap.
So people are just built for it,
So just off that information that I got 2 weeks out from the pro show, I went, okay, let's flip this on its head. Let's just play with it, which we did. So I flipped the entire program on its head and decided we're going to load you a lot harder, way harder than we did before.
With gear?
No,
or with food.
With food.
Okay.
With food. Again, not even...
Kept it the same.
It's kept it the same because it's she's a hyper responder.
Yeah.
It works. We know we don't need to mess with it. We only changed 1 or 2 variables with water manipulation and cutoff times, but that was it. Salt stayed as high as possible. I think one day she even got 14 grams of salt in because I just needed to load her, to dry her. Yeah. But her body did show that, okay, I'm getting tired. After you do a show back-to-back, she did 3 shows back-to-back. She did the Samson in March.
Yep. That's a long period, all the way till July.
From March to July, the 25th, and then from July 25th to the 1st of August. That's a big gap between those 2 shows. So literally she had 2 days off after the Samson, and we literally said, okay, let's give you 2 days off, freedom. 2 days isn't going to do much damage.
No.
We gave her that off, put her back in plan, did some panels again, like I said. Remember, we did panels for her. Came back perfectly fine. I'm like, holy shit, okay, we can keep going. So we pushed again. And then did USAs. We loaded her, I think, with over a span of 2 days, 3 days, almost 1,300, 1,400 carb.
Jeez.
Yeah, over 2 days. And she just popped.
Yeah.
And then became flat again. And I'm like,
yeah, so she
needs more.
Yeah.
So every meal was 50 to 60 to 75 grams of carbs, depending on where we're doing it. And I didn't really pull carbs out until, I would say, the show was on Friday. I pulled carbs out Monday, Tuesday. 0 carb. Kept activity in. And then just kept pushing in. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just load. We had the interview on the Wednesday as well, which was crazy because that was her peak loading day.
Yeah.
So Thursday's a drying day. Friday's show day. Yeah. So it was a nightmare to get through all that.
Friday was the show day. Yeah, so you backloaded her basically. You gave her a ton of food, backed off on Thursday, and then she competed on Friday. I think that's a pretty solid strategy for a lot of people.
For her, it works because how quickly she burns through it. If I loaded her Monday all the way to the show,
she'd be watery.
And then she'd be even hungrier.
And if you get too consistent over a period of time, you can't load enough.
Yeah.
You know, give it a little bit of time to just kind of like take off that film.
There is a few methods to like loading someone that I've experimented with, and I learned quite a bit of it from a few other mentors, but you've got your front loading, you've got your linear loading, you've got your back loading.
Yeah.
It all works. It all works the same. It just depends on how you respond to the loading process.
Right.
And what you've tried before. In her case, we knew from the first prep in the Samson that doing a 1-day backload was not enough. So I had to make it 2 days.
Yeah.
For Tampa, it was 3 days.
Yeah.
That was 2,600 carb.
Jeez. That's
over 3
crazy.
days. And
then low fat?
Very, very low fat.
Yeah.
Very low fat. And then it was, okay, how can we mitigate this? And I think, without a doubt, she was the hardest person on stage from my point of view. That's not me being biased. That's me looking at it from my point of view. Like, if we put up pictures on the screen. Yeah,
she looked good.
She was hard and full. Some of the girls started fading, and I'm like, okay, this is easy. I just got to keep topping you.
And that's one thing you have to think of, too, is like when they're competing that day, they burn through a lot of glucose because they're posing, they're stressed too. There's no real reason, no way to get around it. They're going to be a little, amped up. You know, they're moving around a lot. You know, you're standing backstage. You don't really know when the show's going to go on. You're sitting there waiting. But like the whole time you're burning through a lot of glucose, like focused.
I think it's more detrimental for the bigger guys, I would say, because
they burn it so quick.
They burn it so quick. Like,
you got to be loaded enough by the time you get up on stage that you have enough to last you through the prejudging.
Yeah. Like, I could tell on stage when she went up for prejudging, she's flattening.
Yeah.
Then she started tightening up because all the water was already depleted out of her system, but she just kept soaking. And then you could see she's full. She hit a front muscular, like a most muscular front shot that she wanted to do for fun. I said, just go do it. So she did. And you could see pop. And then as she went through comparisons, she got harder. And then started to fade. I'm like, okay, we need to go back and load again. So I was giving her Reese's Pieces. And I was trying to give her Rice Krispie treats like crazy. And she filled back up. Yeah. We took her home after prejudging, and I said, we're getting a burger. Like, I've got no other option now because, one, we're done. They know. With the women's bodybuilding, they know the decision at prejudging.
And for some people, too, at that point, it's done, and then, like, at the same time, like, she can go into finals happy. You know, she got to eat. She's full. You know, she got to eat something that was good. Like,
honestly, I think it was one of the most stressful preps because of who that person is to me.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. She's your wife. She's not just a client.
Yeah. When you look at, when a coach says, oh, you know, it's an easy prep, it's my wife, it's really not meant to be easy for you. It's meant to be stressful because, one, that's someone you love very dearly, and two, their health is in your hands. And if something goes wrong, it's not the athlete's fault, it's the coach's fault.
Yeah.
So in my case, I was concerned because I'm like, okay, we can push and push and push. I could do this, but then the outcome could be detrimental to what the placing could be. So I played it safe.
Yep.
I played it extremely safe with certain things in certain points of time.
Because you care more. You know, it's your wife. It's not just.
I do that with all my clients. Like, they're all.
Sure.
I try and.
But you're always going to still favor a little bit. I mean, it's your wife. You're always going to be a little bit on the, like, I got to be extra safe.
Yeah, I'm going to be extra safe because one day this is going to be the mother of my children. So, which I'm hoping, right? So when it's hard to say, especially when it comes to Like, for example, with Trevor, I can push him as hard as I want. I can push you as hard as I want because you know your limit. And you're going to tell me, hey, no. With my wife, it's like she will do anything I tell her, but I need to be like, hey, this is what's going to happen if we do this. Like, I have to explain. If we do this, there's a possibility of this, of option A, B, and C happening. Which route do you want to go?
And for females, it's always more dangerous. They're not supposed to be that lean. They're not supposed to be that big. They're not supposed to be taking steroids. No. Like, men can take a lot more of a beating. Like, we really can.
We had that conversation ages ago, and it's a very simple conversation of, you want to be a pro? Yes. Okay. You know we have to do this. Yes. Okay. Let's do it as safely as possible and at minimal doses as possible and keep the duration to a very short period of time. Yep. Okay, let's do that. Whatever you say we do, we do.
Yep.
Some girls will come to me and say in the intake form straight away, I'll do
anything it takes. Yep.
Anything it takes. Yep. I have done X, Y to Z to A to B to C to D.
And the bad part about that is it usually means just the drugs.
Yeah.
And it's like,
not the diet, it's not the training.
It's not the diet and the training. They're not willing to do whatever it takes there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I mean.
It happens with some of the older guys too. Like with one of my athletes, I won't mention his name, we were having a discussion last night about the mentality of being a bodybuilder. I don't know if you've ever seen, like, been in this situation yourself personally, right? But you want to be a pro, but you don't go into a show expecting, yeah, I'm going to be the pro, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
It's whoever shows up on that day, how much work you put in. Mm-hmm. And he was comparing himself to, like, 212 pros, right? Like, he's an older gentleman, he's in his 40s. He's looking at these 212 pros like Nihat, right? The Turkish young 212 competitor who's going to be competing against Keon.
Guy looks crazy.
Looks crazy. And he's looking at these people and going, if I need to compete, I need to be like these guys, but I'm 40. Like, there's no way. You shouldn't be comparing yourself to pro-level bodybuilders. You should be comparing yourself to amateur bodybuilders. Where are these 212 guys that are amateurs?
And lately, like, for me, like, now that I'm, like, in my 30s competing, like, I don't even compare myself into anyone.
Yeah.
Because I just look at it as, like, there's someone out there who can do half of what I'm doing, who's incredibly lazy, that will still beat me.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. That's bodybuilding. That's sports in general.
Unfortunately.
You have those super lazy kids in high school where you're just like, they could jump higher than you, they're faster than you, they're stronger than you, and there's nothing you can do to outwork them. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
They go into the weight room, they're already stronger than you, and you're like, what the hell? And that's genetics. Like, we have a very big genetic bridge that will never be, like, you're never going to be able to beat those guys.
No.
So if you know you can't beat those guys, especially when you're talking like a bunch of performance-enhancing drugs aren't going to help you, it's like, well, I'm just going to go and do my best.
Yeah.
And to a certain degree, in bodybuilding at least, because there is a condition aspect to it, especially in open bodybuilding, you probably can beat some of them, at least on that day until they figure it out.
Because they go into it half-assed and they're like, oh, yeah.
Well, for me, it doesn't do me any good. It doesn't do me any good to put myself down and go, wow, that guy looks so crazy. Like, someone will always be better than you. It's just like someone will always have more money than you. Someone will always have bigger biceps than you. Like, you should be proud of where you've gotten if you know you've done your best and you've done your homework and you did everything you could to be your best that day. And you looked amazing. Who talked about that? I think John Jewett talked about it too, where he goes, the one thing you don't want to do at a national show is, you wake up and you look insane. You look the best you've ever looked. You're like, oh my God, like I look amazing. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna win, whatever. And then you get absolutely smoked. And it's like, you didn't do anything wrong. You did exactly what you're supposed to do. You look the best you ever looked. Don't put yourself down for it. Like, sometimes the placing really doesn't matter because you look so good compared to your last show. You're like, awesome.
And that's
I'm just
all that
not
matters.
ready to compete with those guys. Like, who cares?
That's just what all that matters is you beat last time.
Yeah.
If you don't beat last time, then there's something going on.
And if you're good enough genetically, if you have the genetic component, eventually, if you keep getting better and better and better, you'll win. Eventually it will be better than everybody.
Yeah.
But if you don't, well, then you're not going to win. And it's just and it's also a subjective sport too. Like, judges are going to judge the way that they want to, and you don't have control of that.
This is something I was talking to. I think it was my wife or another person. I can't remember because I speak to so many of my athletes on the mental aspect of certain things, right? It was about the actual loneliness of this sport. you see a lot of coaching teams. There's a lot of coaching teams out there, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we did it together." No, you didn't.
No.
You can act like a team, which is good. You can be a team.
There's camaraderie. Yeah, it's not a team.
That's not a team effort. This is not a sport that's about your win is my win.
Mm-hmm.
I will applaud you for your win.
Yeah.
I will celebrate your win because you're my friend, and I'm happy that you won.
Mm-hmm.
There's no jealousy on my behalf because I give a shit about you.
Yeah.
Right? Unfortunately, some people now make it like, oh, we're in this big group of teams and there's many different coaches in it and it's all our win. No, it's the athlete's win. Right. They did the work. The coach guided them that way. Mm-hmm. Any coach could have done that with that particular athlete.
Sure.
Anyone could have. And it also ties into the fact of a win is a win, but it means nothing because now you've got to work even harder to get to the next spot.
Yep.
You might have won, let's just say, for example, like hypothetical, Ronnie goes to her next pro show, she comes first. Good.
Now you're back down to the bottom again.
Yeah. Like this is how the competition ladder works in life. You're the worst amateur there is.
Yep.
Okay, one day you get first in a local show. Okay, good. In a state competition, you're the best. Yeah. But you're the worst nationally.
Yeah. Every time you win, you're now the worst at another pro.
Then you go to nationals. You win there. Congratulations, you're a pro, but you are the worst pro in history.
And that's why a lot of people win their pro card and never compete on a pro stage because they realize they're like, I just don't have it.
And I spoke about that as well on Instagram. Like I made a poll. If you are a pro and you win your pro card and you do nothing with it, are you really a pro?
No, I really think
like this ticket is not a ticket for a bucket list item. Yeah. This ticket was designed for competitive athletes to be competitive. That's what the IFBB is about. It's about being a competitive fucking bodybuilder.
And I think if you really love the sport and you just want to go out there and do it and enjoy it, you'll compete anyway. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how you place. Like you're going to do it because you enjoy it. Competing is just the means to an end. Mm-hmm. It's doing it. Like when I first started bodybuilding, of course I was like, yeah, I want to be on the Olympic stage and the magazines, all that. But I looked at the lifestyle. I looked at like all the blood and guts training and you know Branch Warren and Jay Cutler and all these guys, and then they're eating their food, and then they're doing they're just the whole lifestyle of it was just so cool to me. Yeah. And I was like, I want to do that. Like I want to live that lifestyle. And if I win a couple shows, awesome. Like that's cool. You know what I get more excited about than actually winning the show? Is the fucking stage photos. Yeah, yeah. I like to look back and go, oh, cool. Like I looked here, you know, did I hit my poses right? Did I do that? Because I care more about how I looked. Yeah. Like, and get my feedback on how I did and how I really did at that show, which is what I was able to do. How the guy next to me came in, like, that doesn't affect me. I don't affect him. It's just whatever the judge chose that day and says, that guy looks better than you. All right, cool.
Okay, cool. I got more shit to work on. Yeah. That's literally all it means. Yeah. And this is something a lot of first-time athletes get bummed out about. They get on stage and like, what happened?
Yeah.
Why'd I come last?
Yeah. Why did I lose?
Why did I lose? I gave it everything.
It's not about that.
You gave it everything. But someone else beat you because they gave more than you. Yeah. And also they're in a better position. Yeah. It's just that simple.
And you know, the shitty part is sometimes they didn't give more than you. Sometimes they're late. I've turned, I'll tell this story because she's unfortunately no longer with us. But a girl I used to train, Megan, who turned pro, and the 2018 Junior USA, she turned pro in women's physique. She won the whole show. She won the overall. She was so bad at dieting, and I could tell. I knew because some check-ins she was really, really good, and then some check-ins I was like, what the hell happened? Yeah. She would cheat in the whole damn prep. And literally the night before, and I don't even know how she snuck this food in because I was staying with her. She had a milkshake and almost a dozen donuts the night before the show because she couldn't pull it together. She couldn't keep it together. A milkshake, like a milkshake with all the dairy and everything, and like donuts, like just the worst things you could have, like not even good loading foods. Yeah, and she crushed everybody, like destroyed everybody. And it's like, sorry, like she's just better than you.
It's just genetic.
It's just how it is. Yeah. And she wasn't taking that much for gear either. She was taking a couple orals and Primo, just like a basic, you know, what you think a women's physique pro would be taking. Unfortunately, she had, you know, mental health issues and she eventually OD'd. This was after she like stopped bodybuilding and everything. But man, she was a genetic marvel, bro. I mean, the things she could get away with, I felt bad for the other competitors because I was like,
I noticed a trend that's actually within the bodybuilders that, like, you know, retire. There is always a backlash of mental health after they stop competing because their life goes to a place where they're like, now what now?
Yep.
What do I do now?
Yeah.
And I think it's the hardcore. Like Ronnie and I were discussing this. Like, she was like, "What do I do now?" We get back to work.
That's like the hardest thing. The post-show blues really fucks people up.
Yeah.
Like it really does because they don't know. They're so focused on that one goal. Whether they win or lose, at the end of it, they go, oh, like it's over. Like, what do I do now? Like they come back on Monday and they're going to the gym and they're like, they feel so lost. And I think what really helps, like I used to get that really bad, like to the point of just going into like a deep depression after shows. But I think what like helped me at least, like personally, having other shit outside of bodybuilding.
Oh yeah.
Having other goals, a business, a job, whatever it might be, other hobbies, like other things to work towards where you're not just like bodybuilding is my entire world. Because I'll tell you what, when you have nothing else but bodybuilding and you get done with a show, it's depressing because you have nothing else to look forward to in life.
That's happened to me a few times, but I for some reason have this mentality of, okay, so I've completed that task, that objective. Now I've been given the task of I have to come back better.
Yeah.
I need more work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Let's get to work. Like I'm that positive person that's like, okay, I tick this box, this box, this box. It's over. This is my homework that I need to achieve. Let's get started on that. Let's start. Like I instantly, my brain goes, let's start planning.
And I think part of that is also the mentality that starts, in my opinion, like the week before the show, is literally telling yourself like, the show will be done. You're gonna have, you're gonna have Sunday off. You're gonna do this, but you're gonna get back to work on Monday. Like you already are thinking about it.
Yep.
And I think if you really enjoy the lifestyle and you really enjoy doing it, and competing again is just the means to an end, you're going to be excited. You're going to be like, okay, cool, the show's done. Now I get to go back.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be more excited because you can be like, now I get to go train, in a different manner. I get to eat again. I get to
have
fun
focus in the gym this time.
Yeah, exactly. It's a weird thing that I think about too that kind of like also helped me. You know how like when you're traveling for a show and you like have to get all your things, like you're getting shit for post show and you're getting like, let's say you get like a bunch of rice because you don't want to run out or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what really helps me like continue like to focus afterwards is like a lot of what I used to do is I would buy all these things and then at the end I'd be like, I don't want to bring all this shit home, so I just throw it all away. But for me, what really helped me, which is it just seems really weird, I would buy extra like rice or whatever and be like, yeah, I'll bring some of this home. This will be good for like my off season, whatever. I'd be like bringing stuff like ready for me for my off season, where it's like
prepared.
Yeah, and versus like just being like, all right, it's done. Like all of this can go away. I don't need any of this anymore.
Well, if you look at your diet pre-contest prep, it's going to be the exact same
thing. It's just more food.
Off season, it's just more food. Yeah. But this is where people go wrong. They go, okay, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to buy every single one of my favorite snacks.
Yep.
Okay, let's back up here. Every single one of your favorite snacks. It's going to be confectionery. It's going to be fucking candy and cakes and pizzas and shit.
Yep.
That's fine for the first, I would say. You can get away with it, honestly, for a week. If you've got a great metabolism, for a week, you can get away with it.
Yep.
The minute you're done with a show, and I've explained this to a lot of my guys, and one of my guys, unfortunately, and I'm very open about this, like I don't mention my clients' names, but I will tell you their past experiences of what happened with them because I want to be accountable, right? As a coach, it's very hard to keep someone mentally locked in if they can't understand why they're feeling this way. Mm-hmm. And it happens quite a lot, more often than you would think. One of my guys decided after his show, I think I showed you this actually, or was it, maybe it was Trevor. One of my guys after his show did his men's physique show, got off stage, and he's like, okay, coach, we won this. What do we do? I'm like, okay, go enjoy one meal. That's all I said to him. One meal. What do you think he did?
Oh, he binged.
Oh, he didn't just binge, man. Like, he's like, okay, I'll go have just a burger and some fries and maybe a slice of cake. I said, okay, that's fine. Go have that, enjoy that. Remember, it's about the memories of the people and what you did, et cetera, et cetera. Next morning, I wake up. There is photos upon photos of what he ate. He's like, I only had a bite of this, a bite of that, a bite of this.
No, the hell you didn't.
No, you did not. He had a whole tray of brownies like this fucking big. He had 2 burgers, fries, cheesecake, pasta, a whole, I don't know.
And that's when it becomes a true eating disorder.
Yeah, that's when it becomes a problem. And then he you know, unfortunately, he put on, I think it was 12 pounds in a day or something like that. And it was a lot.
And then you're scrambling to get it off because you feel like shit.
His ankles were like this.
Yeah, getting edema.
And his blood pressure was like 140 over 110. Or 150 over 110.
When he's that lean, too, which is scary.
I'm like, dude, whatever you do not get in a sauna.
Yeah.
Oh, I already did that.
Oh, great. Yeah. Get rid of all your electrolytes. Like,
don't get in a sauna. That was the first thing that popped in my head. I'm like, this kid likes saunas. I better tell him not to do it. And we fixed the problem. His labs are 100% spotless. It was just, it was a learning curve because he's never competed before. The hunger got better of him.
A lot of people,
felt like he was missing out.
Yeah, a lot of people, their first show or two really binge hard, and they don't realize, like, one, how bad they're going to feel, and two, how bad they're going to look. Like, for me, it's usually like I'm more tired than anything. Like, I don't really like, I'll have a couple bites of things here or there, but I know what it's going to do to me. So mentally, I just shut that off. I just don't really want that food. Like, I know what it's going to do to me. I'm not going to look good. I'm not going to feel good. And like, my first goal after a show is just feeling good again. Like, I don't want to feel tired anymore. So like, the last thing I want to do is binge on a bunch of shitty food. I just want to get some carbs in me.
Yeah. And I would say, like, literally the last 4 weeks or the first 4 weeks after a show is where you're going to make the best improvements on size. Mm-hmm. You can keep it as tight as you want or not keep it as tight as you want. It's up to you. But you need to train.
Yeah.
And I mean, you have to go back. It doesn't matter what anabolics you're using, Winstrol, whatever it's fucked up.
You're going to respond so well to it.
Yeah. And this is something that I've always been under the impression of trying to clarify for people. People are like, oh, you know, I'm using all these drying agents before I get on stage, but like I shouldn't train 100% after stage. Bro, you are going to be hydrated. You're going to be fully loaded with food.
You're going to be fine.
Who says you need to go squat fucking 600 pounds?
Yeah.
Who says you need to go deadlift like 300 kilos? No one.
Yeah.
Hard training is intensity. It's not about the weight on the fucking machine. So go train with intensity, work your intensifiers, do drop sets, do whatever you can. Just train during that period.
Yeah.
Like, Trevor's going to see the best results from literally in Sin City in 2 weeks from now, or it's next weekend. It's on Saturday.
Yep.
On Sunday morning, he's already told me, bro, I'm going straight to the gym, doing my fucking cardio, and I'm putting on as much muscle tissue as I can to amateur O. That's the plan.
Good.
I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
And so far, every day he checks in. He's like, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, this is what's happening. Response, response, response. Information, information, information. Meaning that now we know how his body will respond. When someone tells me, hey, man, like, I just need a week off, I need to just relax.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
No.
And again, why do you want a week? Why would you want a week off? If you want a week off after the show, you don't like bodybuilding. You really don't. Because I'm like, so excited after the show. I'm like, yes, I get to train. Like, I'm not going to feel tired. I'm going to get a great pump.
Yep.
I'm going to look really good because I'm rebounding like crazy. Like, why would you not want to?
If you saw what Ronnie looked like the day after the show,
you
would be
it's the first thing I want to do. Literally the next day or the day after, I'm like, I want to train arms or shoulders. Like, I want to look ridiculous.
Trained legs. And I'm just like, holy shit. Like, she looks like a tank right
And even if it's not like super hard, at least just going in the gym, you know what I mean? Just getting something done. But I'm like, why? Like, why would you not want to? Like, you should want to train. Like, if you don't want to train, you don't like bodybuilding.
You know, with males, it's okay to keep them on, I would say, relative amounts.
You don't need a lot. You just need a decent, you know.
No, like, you should maybe half of what off season was.
Yeah.
Just to keep it in there, just to keep you moving. With a female, I'm sorry.
You damn near coming, take everything out.
Take everything out. The only thing, if you're on T3, T4 medication, okay, you stay on that for a little bit of time.
The exposure timeline of how long they're on drugs will directly correlate to how much they virilize.
Yep.
And you're, especially being that young, like in your 20s, 30s, you do not want to be virilizing that quickly. No. Like, your later years of competing
that post I sent you? Female bodybuilding channel put up of the WPD girl with the full beard.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting. Dude, she looked like I look back at her. I know who she is.
Yeah.
I look back through her stuff. I'm like, what the hell? But I guess, I don't know, someone was speaking for her and saying, I guess she just grows a beard in the off season and doesn't like to shave it.
Yeah.
Because she looks like a girl without it.
Yeah. She does.
And I was like,
100%.
But why?
But, so, like, this is my question to people, or this is just my opinion, I would say, my internal thought. If you know that's going to happen, why not just go get laser?
I know. That's one
Why
of the like
deal
bad
with
side
that?
effects. Yeah.
And why deal with the onslaught of negativity you're going to get later on when you can actually address the problem?
Well, it's like guys with their gyno.
Yeah.
I was so tired of guys pointing out my gyno. I'm like, I'm just going to get this shit removed. I'm so tired of people saying it.
Yep.
Like, it's just, and don't get me wrong, people are always going to say something. Now all people do is say like, oh, you're balding. I'm like, great. Now I got to go get a hair transplant.
Right. Okay.
But at the end of the day, like, when it comes to your physique, something like that you know is a significant side effect from performance-enhancing drug, just go get it taken care of.
Yeah.
Like, especially
And
something that's cosmetic.
Yeah.
It's so easy to fix.
It's cheap. Like, you only do, I think it's like 8 or 10 sessions over a space of 3 to 4 months. It's gone.
Just this little spot is gone.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's gone. Like, and I know for girls, like for a fact, girls microblade. They do. Like, they try and clean up. This is something I've learned, that they clean up their facial hair, the fluff that they get, so their makeup sits nicely and clean and everything else, and it looks good when they're applying show makeup.
Well, even women that aren't taking performance-enhancing drugs, they grow a beard. Like, it's not a weird thing.
It's not something that, is not known. Like, for example, with males, some men's physique guys, they shave so close that when they apply makeup, they have to. Like, they have to microblade down. And that's fine. Yeah. Right? I've seen guys before stage that they're balding a little bit, on the sides, like you and I. They'll color
fill
it in. They'll color it in. Or they spray it.
My barber asked me if I want to do that, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I could deal with it.
Yeah. Like, my barber was like, man, you're starting to thin a little bit on the top. Gives a fuck. They can't see the top.
Yeah, whatever,
bro.
bro.
So as if I'm walking around like this.
Yeah, like you're putting your head down or whatever. Like, mine's a little thin right here, and like, like this side's going, but I'm like, it is what it is, bro.
It's Vegeta piece.
Yeah, Vegeta. Yeah, I look like Vegeta. I got the Vegeta haircut.
Like, Trevor's starting to get it as well, but he's got like the curly mop.
He's got kind of like curls. You don't really see it. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like eventually you're going to bald. I mean, I am taking dutasteride for it, so hopefully that at least stabilizes it. Just stabilizes it. Doesn't fucking all just fall out. But I don't know.
Dude, does it really matter? You're in bodybuilding.
I mean, at the end of the day, like with this beard, I could just shave my head bald and it'd look fine.
Yeah, and if they need hair for it, they can just take it from here and put it there.
Transplant it.
Well, I guess some of these questions sort of we just sort of answered quite a bit of it, right?
Yeah.
What are your opinions? This is one of the questions. What are your opinions on coaches that push too far when clients become collateral? Or when clients become collateral? Oh, it's two-parter. Okay. What are your opinions on coaches that push too far?
Okay.
Which we already know the answer to.
It's hard because I feel like yes, it's not good. I mean, you as a coach should know better. But at the same time, the problem arises when you get so many damn athletes that come to you, and in their intake form, they say, I am willing to do whatever it takes to achieve my goal. And you are in full agreement of that in the beginning of your coaching relationship. And then the coach says, okay, we're going to do this, and they explain that to them. And then 2-3 years later, the client's unhappy with that and outs them. And I think a really good example of this is Shelby Starnes. A lot of people gave Shelby shit for being very aggressive, pushing super high doses of T3, higher doses of drugs in general, and just very aggressive methods in general. Yeah. Even with his dieting and stuff. I mean, he'd starve people. But to a degree, that's kind of what it takes. I mean, there are some girls, especially working with females, there's some girls, if you don't give them 75 micrograms of T3 and 1,000 calories a day, they're not going to get shredded. Nope. They're not meant to look like that. Nope. Women are not meant to be what the equivalent of men would be 5% body fat. They can't. No. They're not. They're women. They're supposed to have children. It's not biologically like normal. Mm-hmm. So when you ask a coach and tell them, I want to do whatever that I have to do to achieve that, and he does it, and the result is there, you do it, but you're upset because you have all these side effects and problems and hormonal issues afterward and eating disorders, and it's like, well, you asked him for it. Yep. So it's kind of tough. It's definitely two-parted. There are coaches out there that do it, that push too hard when the athlete didn't ask for that, and the athlete should be the one to speak up and say, hey, I'm not going to do this. Like, this is dangerous.
I've had a few conversations like that. Like, we've had to have that conversation with about 3 of my athletes currently. And I'm like, hey, look, we know you virilize. We know this happens if we do this. But if this is your last run, what do you want to do? I can't tell you, hey, this is the game plan. And then they'll come back at me, yeah, but you're my coach. You have to tell me. Yeah, but you need to understand something. You virilize. What are you safe with? These are my options for you. These are the 4 or 5 options I'm going to give you. What do you want to do with this? How far can we push it? And where are you comfortable? Where are you happy? It's collaborative.
That's the way to do it. Like 100% as a good, intelligent coach who doesn't want negative feedback on that and cares about their athlete, they're going to do that. And I will say from coaching people, when I used to coach people, more people were angry because I didn't push them hard enough than push them too hard. Yeah. I don't think I ever had a single person who said I pushed them too hard. I think everyone could say like, yeah, I could handle it, no problem. Or they were not complaining, but they were like, hey, I want more. Like they were ready for the punishment. They're like, give me more drugs, less food, more cardio, like whatever they had to do to achieve the goal.
Mm-hmm. I have that with a couple of girls at the moment where they're giving me pushback, and I'm like, hey, look, you want this outcome. Your body doesn't want to do this outcome. Now, it comes down to you either moving on to another coach, okay? It's up to you. You want to move on to another coach, by all means, move on to another coach. But you might get a stricter hand because some coaches don't give a shit about what you say. Yeah. They're just going to go, this is what you're doing.
Yep. This is what you have to do.
This is what you have to do. And unfortunately with females, right, it's unless you're genetically built to be stacked and a monster, you're not going to get that conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
you're
the way
just not
it
going
is.
to have that conditioning.
Look at Renee. Renee, obviously she has to work very hard to get in condition.
Yeah, she has to work very hard.
But some girls could do everything possible. Like she doesn't take T3. No. She didn't take, I mean, the biggest fat burner she was taking was Clen. Oh, and Carterine. Oh yeah, Carterine. I mean, that's what she took for fat burners to get that lean. Yeah. And some girls could never get that hard. I mean, she's leaner than me. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's insane. But speaking of coaches and athletes, this is someone I won't say their name because I know they were kind of upset by it. But it's someone that we know that lives out here that dropped out of a show this year. And when he dropped out of the show, because I think he was worried about some health issues or something. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. But his coach told him when he said he was dropping out and said he didn't want to do it anymore, the exact words of his coach were, yeah, not everyone's meant to be shredded. So, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. I know this kid. I know he works really hard. But at the same time, I know the coach. I know that coach pushes very hard. I used to work with him. I know who you're talking about. But at the same time, like, I know how hard he'll push. And I was able to do it. I didn't give a fuck. He put me down at like 1,200 calories some days, 75 micrograms of T3. He'd push the hell out of me. Yeah. But I was like, whatever. I don't care. I didn't give a shit about my health, especially back then.
Yeah. Well, when you're younger, you can get away
I really
with it,
didn't give a shit back then. So I think it's kind of hard because, you have an athlete that's more health conscious, but you also have a coach that's saying, like, this is what it takes, man. Like, if you're going to do fucking open or classic, like, this is it. So when it was told to me, I was kind of like, I mean, I know both you guys, and I feel like both of you guys are a little right,
That's a very hard spot to be in as an athlete or even a coach, right?
Yeah.
I've had this conversation.
I think the coach could have been a little bit nicer. Yeah. But I know that coach is not, it's just not his style.
No. Well, he's a very direct person. Very direct. Yeah. I'm very direct with, like, Trevor, and we have no filter between us, just like I do with you. And I've told Trevor, look, you're probably not going to make this weight cap because your body doesn't want to do it. Yeah. He's agreeing. He's like, bro, I can't physically. Like, if you look at his blood sugar, it was 29 yesterday, right? 29 milligrams.
You're pushing his body.
Like, we're pushing him to try and get him down. And he's eating like a bird to get him down. And I can fill him back up very aggressively after that. But the thing is, his body has been so crazy in the past 2 years of us working together that he went from fat fuck
to jacked.
Jacked
fuck.
Jacked fucked. Like, he was a fat fuck. His body just was like, yeah, I don't want to do anything you want me to do. Yeah. I don't care. I just want to be a fat kid, just a big powerlifter type kid. Then all of a sudden, it just did a 180.
Then the bug hit him.
Yeah, the bug hit him, and his body just went like that. Now, in his case, it's like, dude, okay, look, I know we can't get as peeled as we want for Sin City because, one, your body keeps regressing it. It's pushing it back. So that means that when we go for amateur O, we need to take a little bit more time and keep it at a higher calorie count so your body can just keep going. Some people are in that little thing, right? Like it's like a scale.
It's a give and take.
Yeah, it's a give and take. You push too hard, the body goes, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. In his case, the body was going, no, I want to grow.
Yep.
Because he's a very good responder to drugs, which is
good.
Wild. In my case, I can go down to 800, 700 calories, and I'll just continue to drop.
Yep, and just keep dropping.
Yep. If I stop eating, I gain weight. I'm like,
yep.
How the fuck does that make sense?
Yeah.
I can run.
And Trevor's in an interesting point, too, because he put on a good amount of muscle naturally, and he's still kind of in his new gains phase of taking steroids. So his body's just going to keep growing. Like, he hasn't hit that point of, like, plateau where, like, you know, you're on a gram and a half total of androgens, and you're still, like, your body's just kind of slowing down, you know. 3 to 5 pounds a year type thing. Like you're slowly, like, you know, like Nick Walker isn't gaining 20 pounds in a year type thing, you know?
Like for me, for example, I've been training for a very, very long time. And I see on an average, if I really push myself, maybe 3-4 pounds a year. If I push myself. Yeah. And I'm on tick with everything. Yeah. Not that I'm going to be doing that anymore, but like.
And that's a lot of muscle.
That is a lot of
5 pounds, fuck. I mean, people don't realize, like, when you're already big and you put on 5 pounds of actual tissue, because that's. Realistically, that's like 10 pounds of actual weight on the scale. Yeah. Like 5 pounds of muscle. Yeah.
That's because you've got like the water retention from putting it.
Yeah, like, you got to store. Yeah.
When we weighed Ronnie in for Samson, she was 152 or 153 in the morning of the show. From that show to USA's, there was an 8.9 pounds difference.
She increased?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Same condition because we did everything the same. We checked measurements, we did skin folds, we did everything.
And she's probably in kind of her like almost like noob phase too, because there's drugs I probably hasn't taken, I would assume, or hasn't taken consistently anyway.
Well, she's on TRT, right?
Yeah.
Like she has to be on TRT. She feels really good on that, which is fantastic.
And her body just responds so quick. And it's probably the first time she's ever really dieted like that. Oh, like not consistently.
We started dieting her
because the shows I've seen her do when she did like wellness and everything else, it was like. She wasn't even close to in shape. And then now she's like, holy shit, like just a completely different mutant.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, she's with Team Mutant, so that's why I picked her. But yeah. But we started dieting her, I think it was last year before our wedding. Oh, man. We've been on consistent diet for 2 years. Like
that's nothing,
bodybuilding.
2 years.
Bodybuilding.
Like
rinsing, repeating.
I had been dieting for 2 years by the time I was 19 years old.
Yeah, but like we were consistently repeating through like off-season periods and like break periods and fat loss periods. Yeah. Just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Yeah. And then when we hit, okay, we're 4 months from Samson's, we got to dig.
Yeah, dig it down.
We dug.
Yeah, but imagine her in another like year or two of just being consistent, just constantly putting on. Because you know how people are like, you know, when they're inconsistent, they'll have like a good month or two, then they'll go backwards, and they just kind of like end up stalling. Versus like someone who's consistent year round just keeps getting better.
And unfortunately, they're the ones that are winning shows.
Yeah, because they just got a little better every time. Yeah, dude, Jordan, the guy who won the last 2 shows, the Texas and the Tampa,
Hutchinson.
Dude, he never just exploded. Like it was just consistent over time. He turned pro 2021. He didn't look like much. He turned pro as a heavyweight. I remember Boston saying he was like the worst fucking Mr. USA ever. And that guy has just been consistent. Like he's just put in the time in the gym and it's just grown and grown and grown.
He looks better every time. Like
it's insane.
Chris is also a very good coach, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, Chris Tuttle.
He's insanely intelligent, right?
I've always liked him.
Yeah, same. He just knows how to push the right buttons at the right times. Him and like Jordan have been working together since day one.
Yeah.
So it proves a point here. The longer you are with your coach, the quicker they learn and the more they understand about how your body gets better over time. If you just swap coaches left, right, center, then what's going to happen?
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to have a consistent look. And the thing with Jordan, too, is like he's never really off. Like
he's never off. He's always
he's always like 95%, which is exactly where you want to be.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
He doesn't really miss the mark.
Yeah, this is something I've learned over time with coaching competitive athletes. Do not aim for 100%.
Never, ever. You want to be just below 100.
Just between 90 and 97 is good.
It's like the people who do the Hail Marys with diuretics, and it's like, why the fuck do you take the whole diazide when you could just take a fourth and be like, all right, you know you need a diuretic, sure. but why are you going to take so much that you could go from where you're 85% on and then be 50% worse, or you go from 85% to 90% by just taking like a little quarter of it?
Yeah.
I had a coach who was really like for that, where he'd be like, take the diazide, pour it out, cut it into pieces, like, and then just take the powder, and he would do like a quarter of it, and he'd be like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And half the time I didn't even know if it worked or not. I was like, I don't even know if this is doing anything.
Yeah,
but
you can't tell.
But I can't really tell, you know. It sometimes maybe get a little better, a little worse, but like at least I didn't get like way worse. I'm not willing to try to get 10% better to go 50% worse, which is what I fucking did for the last show.
If you need to pull a Hail Mary with like diuretics, then you know that it's not the coach's fault. It was more the athlete decided to maybe binge, maybe snack out a little too much, and to bring that back from putting on 5-10 pounds is pretty hard. Like I just did that with Trevor. We went to Tampa. He enjoyed some food. I said, look, we need a little bit of reset so you can enjoy some food. His body went a bit too much.
Yeah.
And I pulled him back really quickly. But the thing is, it's very risky doing that. It's very risky. And for anyone that thinks that, oh, you don't need diuretics in bodybuilding, you can suck on my big toe.
Yeah. Like everything's a tool. You need to use it properly.
Yeah.
It's like trenbolone is an amazing tool in bodybuilding, but people abuse the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And that's why it gets a bad rap, because it's like they're using 700 milligrams a week, and it's like, well, you don't need that much to get the effect that you're looking for. Like for me, 200 to 300 milligrams, and I've taken 1,000+ milligrams a week, so don't.
Yep.
I'm not a low dose guy, but 200 to 300 milligrams of trenbolone a week, off season or prep, amazing.
Yeah.
It puts on muscle. It gets me hard and dense for the show. I'm strong. It's a good neurological drive. I sleep like a baby. Like everything just is perfect.
Yeah. Like
everything's a tool.
Everything is a tool.
Catch toolbox.
It's how it works. And when can you deploy it and how you deploy it. If it doesn't work, what can you replace it with? Yeah.
There's no bad drug. Like there's no inherently, maybe DNP. DNP might be the only one where it's like, you probably don't really need that.
You know, DNP and what is it? BAM 15.
BAM 15. Pretty similar.
Pretty similar in effect. So would you rather use DNP? And this is a question for everyone out there. Would you rather use DNP or use BAM 15? Because BAM 15 looks like no side effects.
Mitochondrial and coupler.
Yeah, there's no issues with it compared to DNP. You take too much DNP, you are not getting out of that hole.
No, you will.
Dead.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Unless you can get your body temperature down and just sit in an ice bath. But there is no cure.
I have seen that in person. We had a gentleman in Australia, I won't name his name, obviously, but he decided, hey, I'm going to use some DNP, man. Like, I need to get in condition. Like, I'm just letting you know, you should not use that.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I'll be fine, bro. Like, he was a tough-ass nails guy. He doesn't bodybuild because of this specific reason, okay? He didn't listen to advice from 3 to 4 other coaches in Australia that said, no, don't be stupid. Used it, lost all his muscle.
Yeah.
And had to sit in an ice bath for 4 hours.
Trying to keep his body temperature
Then
down.
He had renal failure.
Jesus.
Because he was burning through muscle so quickly.
Because, there was so much protein breakdown.
Plus the crazy amount of T3 usage. And
that's why are you using other shit with it? There's no reason. Like the DNP alone, if you're going to use it, you're going to use it.
Use it alone.
Like I found a safe way to use it. But even for me, I used it a little bit when I was younger. It worked really well. I never had a problem with it. But I always kept the dosage, but usually around like 200. 400 milligrams is the highest I've gone to, which that just unnecessary. But I can't handle it now because of the stomach issue. I would literally throw up because it's such a strong, such a strong drug that it would just destroy my stomach. I've never taken a drug like that before and had to just go throw up. Like it's just the weirdest thing. And I'm like, why am I taking this? Like I could just burn fat. I think it can be used. Yeah, it really is. I mean, I think it can be used if you're smart for an advanced bodybuilder. But, I mean, you're just so much better off taking Clan, T3, Carterine. There's so many other things you take.
Yeah, there is coaches.
SLU now we have. I mean, we have so many cool fat burners.
So after discussing a few things with, some other colleagues that are in the same field, everyone has now reported that SLU is better used not in a fasted state, but in a fed state away from cardio and training.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because that's actually how I used it. Well, because
Todd actually made a video on that as well, just recently. Todd released, Oh. So he makes a good point there, and it sort of clicked in my head last night when watching it. Like, no wonder I overheat when I eat and I take SLU, because what it does is it basically tells your body, hey, you're exercising, but you're not, right? So if you take it fasted, you're already, and you're doing fasted cardio, you're already exercising.
You're already in that state.
Yeah. So you're wasting
the point of it, because it's like turning a dial, but you can turn that dial yourself.
Yep.
I mean, if you're doing it already. But you're right. The idea of it is that it mimics aerobic exercise. It mimics when you're running or you're working out.
Mitochondria reacts to ATP output.
Correct.
So it would be better to use, let's say, in this scenario, which I'm going to trial out very shortly, do my fasted cardio in the morning and just take my L-carnitine, my normal little bit of cardarine or whatever it is that I want to take and combine it with.
Use what you'd normally use for it. Yeah.
And then later in the day, at lunchtime, throw in 250 micrograms.
That makes sense, yeah.
And then watch what happens for a week. And then train later in the day and see if I need to increase that dosage, I might. But I'm going to combo it with BAM 15 to see. Because I have a feeling, well, after watching, I'm a part of Alex Kickle's Army Facebook website thing, and I pay to get into that because it's, people say the bad things about him. Like, he is very intelligent. He is one of the leading guys in what he does. People take his words out of context. He's just a very positive person, just wants to do good by people.
I think he's a good guy. The one thing I will say is I don't agree with some of his, some of the things he says, like being able to cure cancer.
Oh, okay,
or things like that, where I'm
let's clear this
up. But he's a nice guy.
Okay,
and he's very smart.
Let's clear up the cure cancer thing, right? And he says that, but the thing is, he's not the one curing it. He's helping aid the process in remission.
Okay.
Okay, so people take it out of context, and I had this discussion with him.
And I get it. He's probably posting very clickbaity,
that's what he's trying
the way
to do,
he's doing
right?
it.
Like, he's trying to get that engagement.
And even there's things like he'll say like he's cured people from post-finasteride syndrome. Post-finasteride syndrome does not exist. I am vehemently for that. The only time we've ever seen it is in rats, which they don't. But there's certain things where I'm like, I know very, very well that that's not really a thing. But again, I'm nitpicking. He does so. Here's the thing: if you're very, very intelligent and you help people with a lot of different problems, to some degree, people are going to come to you with things that aren't really like a problem, or you're going to try to fix something that isn't really like an issue or it's wrong, because you know so much. But the majority of what you're doing, 90% of what you're doing, is correct and very cool. And what he's done and created protocols for is very fucking cool.
Yeah.
But there are some things I just look at, I'm like, that doesn't exist. But okay.
Look, dude, each to their own. I know coaches that have said themselves that they cured cancer in the past. Okay, cool. Okay. You cured cancer.
Whatever.
You want to say that? You want to brag about that? That's fine.
Sure.
I don't agree with you, but that's fine. Like, oh man, like some of the conversations and some mentoring calls that I've had, and I'm looking at the person going, are you fucking seriously going to say this?
Yeah. I don't know, and some people sensationalize things too much. I think that's the problem, is it becomes very sensationalized on social media because everyone wants views, everyone likes, clicks. And with the clickbaity titles, with saying things like that, it's like you're getting into a realm of we're not doctors.
No,
we don't
there's
cure
a reason
disease.
There's a reason why certain specific specialists went and did oncology. They're oncologists for a reason.
Yes. Just like I wouldn't trust an oncologist to help me become an Olympian.
No.
I trust a coach for that.
Yeah.
They learned how to do that. Now, there's no formal education or classes for that, but they learned how to do that. They know how to do that.
Now, if I
but
get
I'm
cancer,
not going to go to a coach.
for cancer.
I'm going to an oncologist.
Yeah. So that, when I hear certain people go, yeah, I can fix this problem. There's this problem with this client. I fixed it within a matter of weeks. I tell all my athletes, I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
But what I do is consult with doctors and specialists in the field and ask for their opinion and their unsolicited advice on how to approach situations.
And that's how good doctors are too. If a good doctor, you ask them a question, a good MD, a good DO, and you ask them a question and they say, I don't know the answer to that. And that's a very good judge of a good MD or DO right there, to say, I don't know the answer to that, but I'll go get it for you.
Yeah.
Because they know someone who knows the answer.
Yeah. So I've done that multiple times with certain health conditions with certain clients, because their own primary care physician was like, there's nothing to be done. Okay, let me just put out some feelers and ask some questions. I had that with one of my women's physique pro girls, figure pros. Hormones were out of my league. And I'm like, holy shit, I don't know what to do with you.
Crazy shit.
This is crazy shit. Yeah. So I'm like, Trevor, do you know anyone? He goes, yeah, I know a few people. I'm like, okay, cool. Can you ask these questions for me? Mm-hmm. Okay, no worries. I reached out to a nephrologist in Australia who I'm very good friends with, who's, you know, always helped me with certain things. And he's asked other people. I got the answers back. Yep. I'm like, okay.
Here's what we got.
This is what we got. This is what I need to tell the client. This is her plan of action. She needs to go do this.
And you're almost doing it together. You're not you're not diagnosing something. No. You're not giving a treatment plan. You're saying, hey, here's all the information I've collected from people much smarter than me. This is what we're going to look at. And we're going to figure this out together.
And I literally will I'll give him
almost like a consultant. Yeah. You're like a business consultant. You're like a health consultant.
Yeah. I give him the full packet of like information. I go, take this to your PCP and tell him to shove it.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking go figure it out.
Tell
them to go figure it out. Yep. And they've always come back, Todd, well, thank you so much for telling me to tell me that PCP because they referred me to a specialist.
There you go. Yep.
There we go. Okay, so like people are too afraid to say, and especially when you got insurance, to say, I need this done.
Yeah.
What do I need to get ticked to get it done?
Yep. Mm.
Unfortunately, when it comes to certain medical conditions, you need the approval and a recommendation letter to go do a certain test here in the US. In Australia, it's like you go to your normal GP and it's like, hey, I'm having this problem, this problem, this problem. Okay, let's go send you off for testing because it's government funded. We need to go check it out, make sure you're okay. Comes back, okay, cool. Look, there is these issues. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you to an endo.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, that endo is an idiot. Okay, but in cases here, luckily, we have good TRT clinics like yours that understand, and all the primary like physicians know what they're looking at, and they can make good judgmental based like decisions for a patient and go, hey, look, we know you want this from us, this like service, but we're not in a position to give you this because you're unhealthy right now.
Yep.
You need to fix these health markers and be in a good state to be able to do this. Once you're okay, we can have a discussion about it, but doesn't mean we can give it to you.
Yeah.
Like that's how medicine should be done. Not okay. Look, your AST, ALT in the 300s. Here's some of this.
Yeah, here's a drug. No, we need to look at health markers.
Yeah, we need to.
And at the same time, if they're very healthy and they're not feeling good, give them fucking testosterone.
Yeah.
Like it blows my mind. I'm like, they understand the risks. They're symptomatically low. Their numbers are low, even on their blood work. And you're still not going to give them to them.
Nope.
I mean, things like that where I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like,
well, you know, if you saw my lab work just before, right?
Yeah.
It's on 100 milligrams.
Yeah.
After 5 days, 300.
Yeah.
Wow. Would you give someone more testosterone on top of that? No.
No. Looks great.
Looks great. Good. I feel great. If you went to an endo in Australia and you showed them that, they would go, oh my God. That's crazy high. That's ridiculous. That's too high.
And it's just because they look at the number and say the number looks too high. It's like, but what's substantiating that? What's substantiating that the number is too high and that there's a risk for anything? What in the blood work?
But everything else in my labs,
exactly.
Spotless.
That's why I'm like, so everything in the blood work is fine. But just because this number is high, like you're not substantiating your claim with any evidence.
Nope.
All you're saying is this lab value is high and it's dangerous. Why?
So
how?
We went the first podcast we actually spoke about this, like my issue with my testosterone issues when I was younger. Unfortunately, that podcast is not around, but we can go into it. It's a very good subject, right? So I went to from 16 to 21, I'm like, I feel like shit. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm moody. I'm depressed. Something's wrong. Go to my GP. The GP goes, testosterone's a bit low. I'm like, okay. Because let's do further testing. Let's check free and totals and everything. I'm like, okay, cool. We check all that. And he goes, look, I don't understand this, so I'm going to send you to the endo. I'm like, okay, send me to the endo. Let's see what he says. We go to the endo and he goes, yeah, you're perfectly fine. Me not knowing what the numbers mean at that time, I'm like, okay, so I'm perfectly fine. Estrogen is at 300.
Oh, shit. Endo cleared you on 300 estrogen?
Yeah. But in Australia, 300.
He must have... What's the difference?
I think it's 95 picograms around there.
That's around the same.
Yeah, I think it's around that.
That's still...
It's high, right?
Would you think you're a female?
My testosterone was 10 nanograms. Non-existent. So I'm like, okay, cool. I thought that's normal. Like, that's within the reference range. So I left it alone for about 4 years. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I still feel like shit. There's something not right. Like, I'm emotionally eating all the time. I feel moody, depressed. I'm being funny. I'm not losing body fat. I'm just getting fat, and I'm training. Like I'm playing rugby. I'm running. I'm swimming. I'm dieting. I'm eating good amounts of protein. I'm doing everything I can. I'm training really, really hard.
Yeah.
I see a certain friend of mine who's a bodybuilding coach, and I worked with him for about 6 months. He goes, bro, this ain't normal. I'm like, okay, cool. He goes, this is out of my hands. I can't help you. Like, I don't know how to get you back to normal. So I reached out to none other than Vigorous Steve. And I'm like, dude, fucking help me. He goes, all right, let's do this. So we went through it all. He gave me everything. I unfortunately had to go, off-label for my testosterone
the doctor won't give it to you.
Because the doctor's like, no way. I'm like, okay. The minute we put that in, 4 weeks later, I'm like, I feel fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I dropped 25 pounds.
Yeah.
Like that. In 4 weeks. Like
Especially
25 pounds
when you're
gone.
medically, chronically low. Like you can literally see you're medically, chronically low. There's nothing about your lifestyle that would be indicative of you having low testosterone. Like,
Nope.
This is a genetic issue, this is a hereditary issue that you are just, that's just the way that your body is.
Yeah. And we put it in, and I felt amazing, and everything went to normal, and I was like, I feel pretty good. Like if I showed you pictures of me when I was 18, you'd think I was still 16.
Yeah.
I hit 23, 24, and when I started playing around with things, that's when I'm like, holy shit, I look completely different.
Yeah.
Like my mom sent me a picture, I think a couple of weeks ago, of me really, really young, and I'm looking at it, and I'm in my like formal prom suit, and I'm like, shit, I look like I'm 13. What the fuck? There's not a single
like,
facial beard hair on my face. I'm fucking 19 here. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, because you have a ton of no testosterone, a ton of estrogen.
Yeah, and I'm like holy
90?
shit.
You're damn near transitioning.
I was fine. Like there was no milk being squirted out yet, but like
Yet.
But it's just interesting. Like some doctors will say, yeah, this is fine, and just overlook it, but the patient feels like shit.
Because they're not worried about quality of life.
No.
They're just worried about you not dying, which is very.
Yeah. Well, like I think about it now. If I started back when I was 18, against the advice of what my doctor said, I'd be a completely different person today. I'd be huge.
Way better.
And I know it because the way I train, the way I progress when I give it 100%, I couldn't train 100% back then because I'm like, I feel like shit.
Everything you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
And think of just, when you think of the quality of life, think of how it makes you think of how it makes you feel. You'll be better in every sense.
That's literally why I have this conversation with a lot of my guys that are older. Like, no, man, I don't want to touch that stuff. Listen to me. Your natural testosterone is below 300.
Yeah.
You're going to feel like shit, and you're never going to lose weight the way you think you're going to lose weight and look the way you want to look. And feel the way you want to feel.
Physically, the changes happen. Mentally, the changes happen. I mean, I'll go as far to say, I mean, it'll progress you in all areas of life, your relationship, your career, whatever you put your mind to, because you're just going to be that much better at it because you're going to be that much more focused.
And
it's not going to make you smarter. It's not going to make you a different person, but it's going to make you more of what you already are.
More confident, especially.
Correct.
Like, that's the thing that most...
If you have it, if you have the issue,
Like, I know that I have the confidence purely because of the way I speak to people, and especially with the conversations I have with my wife.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very confident because I'm very passionate about what I do, right? As you should. Some men do not have that confidence. And it's very easy to tell who they are and if they have low testosterone. Yeah. And then when you put it on, like, literally get them to do labs, then you go, hey.
Yeah.
This is why
at the very least changing that to make them feel, because then they feel normal. They feel as they should be. Right now, it's like they're playing with they're playing with a deck that's not like fully they're not playing with a full deck. They're at a disadvantage. Yeah. And it's not. I mean, it's such a to get blood work every 3 to 6 months to get testosterone. It's not expensive, man. Like it's not a like crazy expensive treatment to do. Like.
I literally had a young guy of mine. He's 22, I believe. Went in for lab work from his doctor. Like his PCP made him do lab work, and his testosterone came back ridiculously low. I'm like, wait a minute, he's 22 years old. He shouldn't have this problem. I'm like, let's look at his diet. We looked at his diet, perfectly fine. He's training. He's being good, and he's complaining to me, Tonga, like he's been natural this entire time. He's like, Tonga, my dick don't work.
Yeah,
like
that is very indicative of a problem. Yeah,
I'm like, okay,
especially being that young.
Yeah, and I was like, look. I'm not going to tell you to do this, but I want you to do these labs again in 6 months. I'm not going to tell you what to do right now because it's not a conversation we can have. You're still young. Yeah. I want you to continue naturally. 6 months goes by, he does them again. Same. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, I want you to do this. And I said, this is just, hear me out here. This is going to sound really weird, But I want you to stop training for a whole week, and I want you to ice your nuts every night for 10 minutes. He's like, what the fuck? I'm like, just please trust me on this.
Okay.
Okay? He goes, okay. So we did that for a week. And I said, next week, you're just going to do just testosterone, estrogen, and just normal hormone panel. That's all I want you to do. I fucking paid for it myself. I said, look, I'll pay for the labs myself. Just go do it. He said, okay. We iced his nuts, 10 minutes a night, goes and does it, goes from 200, 350.
Interesting.
Like, okay, we have a...
Does that to do with the temperature difference?
Yeah, there is an issue here. I want you to take this to your PCP and show him and tell him that this is what I've done. So he goes, okay, I'll show him. He goes, he still doesn't believe me. He doesn't want to help me. I'm like, okay, let's chuck in some Tonga alley with this therapy. And I got this idea of, unfortunately, freezing the nutsack from Steve because he did it to test out certain things. Okay, you're going to take Tonga alley. You're going to take 250 milligrams of that a day. In a month's time, we're going to do the same test, and we're going to do the ice comparison again. We did it again. I paid for it again. It was only $75. Like, I just want to know if this is a thing to do.
Yeah.
We tested it. We looked at it, and he goes, $450. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you a ultimatum here. You can continue to ice your nuts and take Tonga alley for the next 10 years,
start just to start.
Or you can inquire about TRT.
Yeah. That makes sense.
What do you think he chose?
But he went to TRT. But it's interesting because I mean you're absolutely right. Obviously, we know that you tell like younger kids like not to wear like super tight jeans because then it presses your testicles up against you, and the reason why your testicles hang down lower and why they're cool when you touch them, like when you're just like walking around, is because your body's trying to not overheat your sperm, and it does make sense from the fact that your testes do make LH, FSH, and testosterone. So yeah, that's interesting.
So like, I actually went into this is not a conversation you're meant to have with a client, but I've known him for a very long time. I'm like, listen, do you wear boxers or briefs?
Yeah.
He's like, I wear jocks. I'm like, okay. You need to start wearing briefs from now on or boxers. Yeah. Okay? He goes, why? I'm like, because you need them boys to move.
Yeah. You need them cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, bro, I'm always wearing pants because I have to for work. I'm like, okay, that's fine. How do you go to bed? Like these are little biohacking. This is when
little
people
things
get a
like
bit
that.
funky about this, like these conversations. Because like, oh, we could talk about biohacking for the brain. Yeah, but what about biohacking for the male hormones?
Yeah,
it's the same for females. Like, what can we do for biohacking female hormones? Not a lot.
Yeah, not as much.
Not as much.
Yeah,
we can look after your adrenal glands.
Yeah, much more complex.
Yeah, it's much more complex. Yeah. But for a male, it's all about temperature. How badly are these boys snugged up? Unfortunately, in this case. He went to TRT, and you know what? His levels came back better, and his fertility was better.
Interesting.
But he was only on 120 milligrams of TRT a week. That's what the doctor prescribed him. And then now he's moved over to Talon Wellness.
Oh, nice.
Right? And he goes, bro, this is much better because he was paying $170 or $180 or something for
a month.
Yeah, a month.
Fuck that.
And then I'm like, yeah, look, I'm not going to tell you where to go, but this is who I use. If you feel like using them, give them a shot, ask them about pricing and how much everything works and how it works. He goes, bro, they want me to do blood tests every 3 months. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, get them done.
He's 24 now. Yeah. He's like, bro, they want me to do it every 6 months. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. What do you just gonna do it forever and just
I just literally did my labs like 2 months ago. I just did them again. Like another $275 I just paid 3 months
even
later.
If I wasn't taking steroids, I mean, once I hit like 35, 40, I'd do blood panel at least once a year.
Yeah.
Why not?
Some guys
You'll catch so many things. You'll catch things way before they manifest. Now, think how long it takes some cancers to grow.
Yeah.
How long it takes heart issues to happen, plaque buildup, kidney damage to occur. You can see that stuff way ahead of time, just by doing blood work once a year.
Yeah.
Do a $200-300 panel.
When people think that their lab work just declines or their health declines so rapidly, it's because it's been creeping up, and you haven't been watching it.
Yeah.
And then it's too late.
Like, I've never understood the people that go into dialysis because I'm like, what? Did all of a sudden your kidneys just flop over? Like, I'll never understand. Yeah. Like, there's no way. It's so easy to check with just a basic CMP. You'll know exactly like if you're having renal issues, like that.
Yeah, we were actually discussing before we started recording this. My CMP on my kidney values 77.
Yeah.
eGFR is 77. Creatinine is 125. Excuse me. My BUN is within normal range, and you're like, wow, your kidney's always been this low. I'm like, yep.
Yeah. And that's good because if you see it like that, you know where your baseline is.
Yeah. But it's always been like that. since a young age. But every time I've done a cystatin C test, it's always within the normal range. And when I do a 24-hour creatinine clearance test with a CMP or kidney value check, 110 filtration.
Yeah,
so
it's really high.
It's something to do with my creatinine and cystatin C throwing off my eGFR.
Yeah. Which,
it's that simple.
That doesn't matter. It's just one marker.
And also, I did it non-fasted. So, like, because I was sitting there waiting for 3 hours. I'm like, what the hell?
It takes forever sometimes. Dude, the best time to go to, if people don't know this, the best time to go to LabCorp is later in the day. Do not go early in the morning. Everyone is starving because, you know, they're having to fast in the morning. People don't like to fast in the morning. So they'll always go to LabCorp super fucking early. LabCorp opens at like 6 or 7 in the morning. So that's exactly when they want to go. If you want to walk in and out in 20 minutes, at least here in Vegas, go at like 10 o'clock. Like sleep in, go at like 10 o'clock fast.
Make an appointment.
Yeah, or make an appointment.
Yeah, make an appointment.
But I didn't make it. I just do in and out, 20 minutes. I just walk in.
I made an appointment and I rocked up an hour early on purpose. And then for some reason, I ended up waiting almost 3 fucking hours.
Yep. It's literally the time you go. It doesn't matter whether you make an appointment or not.
Yeah.
If you go later in the day, they're open till like 3, which that would kind of suck to have to fast that long. But like the later you go, the better.
Yeah.
It's always the morning. The morning's the rush.
Ronnie went in this morning for labs because she's just finished competing and everything. And so it's like, okay, let's just double check. It's been a week after the show. I want to get a baseline for a week after, and I want a baseline at 4 weeks out to see what the difference is. Everyone's like, you should always run 4 weeks out, like labs 4 weeks later. No, who says that? You can run a labs whenever you want.
Who gives a shit?
It's just money. It's your health.
You can run your labs whenever.
Yeah, so I'm doing it 1 week out of the show and then 4 weeks out of the show, so I can see what the
Just it's good to have all that data.
Yeah,
just to see what it looks
like.
I've
got a feeling it's going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah,
because the last set of labs was literally after Samson.
If you're doing a good job as a bodybuilder, 99% of your labs are going to be fine. You're going to look at them and be like, oh, cool. Cool. Like there's nothing to really even look at.
Dude, some people see, like you and I know someone that just sees like almost a rhabdo happening and they're like, yep, let's keep going. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? You are okay with this happening? Yeah, man. It means I'm going to get
conditioned. Some people don't give a fuck, man. I don't know. Yeah.
How are we doing on time? Okay,
cool. Let's do a question or two.
Okay, we tried to do a question or two. That's what happens every time. All right. Okay, future of bodybuilding. Do you think AI and genetics and virtual training will be a thing? I don't understand like where AI came in for this, but
I think it's hard because like, here's the thing, like. Since the dawn of the internet in the early 2000s to like 2010, you could always look up a diet and training plan and steroid plan on forums or whatever. You could Google it at any time. That's where I learned. I learned on steroids.com way back. And I don't even know if that website still exists, but it had huge profile breakdowns of every single steroid, like steroids you've never even heard of before that aren't even on the market, and typical dosage regimens, all that stuff. But like you could always do that. So like I don't think AI is filling a gap there. No, I think
it's making it more accessibly easy to get the information quicker.
Sure, and that's cool. And I think that's what AI does in general right now. I don't think it's advanced enough to be a person, but I also don't think people don't want to Google or get an AI built program. They want a coach. They want a coach to check in with. They want the human connection. So I don't think it's going to replace it anytime soon, unless they build AI to be like a true human connection. Which I think in the back of your head, you're just always going to think like this is a robot anyway. Even if I'm checking in with a robot, it's weird.
It's numbers.
You're always going to second guess it. Like people second guess their fucking coach. They're going to second guess a robot for sure. Yeah. They want a human connection for coaching. So I don't think it's going to replace it anytime soon, or if ever.
No, I don't either. But for virtual training purposes, I think in a
virtual training, but like
general population training, probably they might make something. But they've got apps
but it's always been a thing. Yeah. Like RP Strength, don't they have that to where like someone's literally doing the workout? They click on it, someone's like doing the workout and stuff. Like it's always been a thing. I don't think it's really like a difference.
We actually did this question last week, and Corey got his fucking answer. Okay. If all three of us were stranded, this is another Corey question, goddamn it. If all three of us, well, there's only two of us now, but if it was Trevor here, right? Trevor? If all three of us were stranded on an island, who would you eat first?
Damn.
I'm going to keep the nurse.
I don't think I know, right? Let's keep the nurse.
I'm going to keep the nurse.
I don't know if I could eat someone, bro. I don't know. I mean, you're starving. Like, maybe if they died first.
I have done.
I've always thought about that.
I've done 25 days with no food, so I'm perfectly fine to survive for 25 days.
I've thought about, like, there's that one where they like crash in the Alps or whatever, like on that plane. Yeah. There's that movie, and they like eat people that die, and then there's the one, I forget what it was. There's the one where like they got stranded in the ocean, and they got found
on the life rafts.
Dude, they were out there for like 3 months, bro. I was like, holy fuck. And they like got touted as like heroes when they came back, and then they figured out how they like survived, and then they like were demonized for it. I don't know. It's kind of a tough one. I don't know. I'd have to be put in the situation.
Well, yeah, like.
Plus, I don't think it tastes good, bro. You'd be all skinny.
Yeah, well, by the time, dude, like honestly, if you're stranded on an island, there is food around you. You just have to be very.
An island? Oh, we're fine. I mean, you got shore and shit. There's got to be crabs and stuff. You'll be fine.
You eat fish. Yeah, so it's stupid
if you have to eat your friend on an island, you didn't work hard enough.
Yep. Plus, you've got plenty of body fat to rip into in muscle anyway, so you're fine.
I was like, I'll be fine.
Okay, so this question was a random question from a bikini girl. I actually answered this on Instagram as well as a post because I think the question is kind of pointless to be asking, right? Would you give a bikini girl a diuretic during peak week? Guess what? The answer is yes and no, because it depends on the case. It depends on, the circumstances, and coaches do it anyway. Yeah. So
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer for that. No, there's a time to do it and there's a time to not do it. I don't think there's
to do it, not to
there's
do it.
No right. In bodybuilding, like it's really hard to say like this is the right way to go, this is the wrong way to go. Like everyone's different.
So legacy versus looks. What will you be remembered for?
Legacy. So like who you are versus like your physique.
Yeah.
No one's gonna give a fuck about my physique. Legacy for sure.
Yeah. Same here. Legacy. I hope I'm remembered for helping when someone else refused to help.
Like I like the idea of like how John Meadows, rest in peace, is remembered more than any Olympian.
Oh yeah.
Like anytime someone talks about John Meadows, they say how great of a guy he was, how amazing he was. Like,
but he was a really, really good person. And there are some people that use his name to their advantage and his legacy to their advantage by saying certain things. And I think that shouldn't be done in that way because you're disrespecting a person who's passed
And when
away.
I think of John Meadows, I don't think of his physique. Like,
no,
he had a great physique. He was a monster.
Yeah.
But, like, I just think of him. Like,
as a person.
And what he did for the bodybuilding community and how he helped people.
We don't actually have many bodybuilders like that.
No.
That have left a legacy like that.
No. Not as genuine as him.
No. I know when, like, if anything happens, if I say this wrong, I'm going to get blasted, so I'm probably not going to say it. But, like, for example, JP, Jordan Peterson, that man has done a lot for bodybuilding too.
Yeah.
And people don't realize it, don't give him credit for it. He says it as it should be said, direct to the point. And he needs to be applauded for that. Like, he puts it in a way where it's so straightforward and so brutal. He'll just tell someone, you're not made for this. Fuck off.
And, I mean, he does everything to the fucking limit. Eats a ridiculous amount of food, trains hard as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, his drug protocols are intense, too. I mean, everything he does, but his physique reflects it. Yeah. I mean, he's a fuck. What is he, like
monster.
5'6", like 280 pounds? Like, gigantic.
Monster. And there was a point in time where he was like, oh, I might take a break. He's like, fuck this.
I know, I saw that when he's like, oh, I'm thinking about, like, stopping, which I was like, oh, good for him. And that didn't last very long.
Yeah, but he'll never be able to stop. That's the thing, because
guys like that can't. I mean, even John. I fully think that John and Matt Porter and guys like that who were tired, they had their health problems and they were like, oh, I'm retiring, I'm stopping. I think they full well knew what they were doing, and that's the reason why they had heart attacks and issues so young, because they knew they're not stupid. These are some of the smartest guys in the industry. You think they didn't do a calcium score or an ultrasound on their heart and go, oh, fuck, that doesn't look good.
No.
Like, they knew. They knew what they were doing. And they probably still were they were still huge. They were still taking gear. They were still training super hard.
Yeah.
They didn't stop.
Because they knew if they stopped and they had surgery to try and correct it or something like that, they would be, they would never look the same and never feel the same and never be the same.
They don't want to be that. That's the scary part about bodybuilding is the downsizing.
Yep.
Especially when it's been your whole life, you're the big dude. You're just bigger than pretty much everybody except the other bodybuilders. It's an identity change.
I went through that when I was I got to 265, and then I was like, okay, I'm not going to bodybuild anymore. It's not really working in the direction.
But you're still huge, though. I mean, you're still bodybuilding. You're still big. You still have your health.
Yeah.
These guys have not saying yours isn't, valid, but these guys are literally thinking about going from top pro to just nothing.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Look like they've never worked out before, basically, to save their health.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was never that pro, or I'm never going to be a pro, so I have no interest in it, to be honest.
It's kind of nice because the physique you have right now, you could probably not only maintain it but get bigger for damn near the rest of your life, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So versus a lot of the guys who are forced out of the sport, they have to shrink down.
Yeah, that's why I count my blessings on the way things happen for me. I am able to keep going. Even if it's 100 milligrams of test, I can still keep going and leverage other things. The next step for me is to do a calcium score test. So I want to do another calcium score test because before I got 0, and that was 3 years ago, but that was before I really pushed myself to get to 265.
It'd still be 0.
Yeah. Well, the way I eat and the way I do things.
I don't know if I told you about this, but there was a guy, I don't know who it was. It was someone who popped up on my feed. I don't know if I follow them or not. But they were talking about Jeremy Buendia, who's 35 now. He's still super young. He did a calcium score test recently, and he's talking about it. And he's there's a little, calcium score wasn't exactly 0. It was a little higher. There's some plaque buildup. But, my coach was telling me, it's no big deal. It's just part of bodybuilding. And the guy was like, you're fucking 35 and your calcium score is anything but 0? That's not good. What? Why are you building plaque? Because think about it. So you've been bodybuilding probably since you were 20 years old. Mm-hmm. So in 15 years, because we're not going to count when you were a child. You're not building up plaque in your heart when you're a child. So in 15 years, you built up plaque. You got a lot longer to live. That's not good. So hopefully it's 0.
Yeah. Well, even when you do have that calcium score and it comes back at let's say whatever the percentage is, if you change your diet,
you can break it down.
You can break it down and get rid of it. I have seen some things on certain websites like Alex's site where he has put the evidence up of a calcium score of 70 and gone,
and it will come down. Mm-hmm.
There's 0.
Yeah. You can definitely get rid of it.
You can get rid of it.
100%.
It just takes
time, and it takes work, and it takes backing off, which a lot of guys are not willing to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I've seen it where if there's a blockage of a certain percentage, 40 or 50%, they'll just stick a stent in there.
Yeah.
They'll just put a stent and just open it up.
Yep.
Get rid of it, or they'll scrape it, take it out. The bigger problem is when the arteries start to harden and they can't scrape it out or cause any problems because they can rupture your arteries.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that go into it, but yeah.
Okay. Well, how are we going for time?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Should be good.
Yeah, that's good enough. I'll get more questions for next week. But yeah.
Sweet. That sounds good. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See you next time.
Yeah.